So that's it. English for 2023 is over. So well done. And while I think you might have found paper 1 very, very doable yesterday, paper 2 today provided a little bit more challenge, but nothing that you shouldn't have been able to do. Some of the wording of the questions were a little bit more exacting. There was a lot of volume in some of the questioning statements. So if you stayed calm, read the question, underline the vital components of that question, this paper shouldn't have knocked you too much. For students who rushed a reading of the question, it might have been a little bit more startling initially, but the paper didn't ask for anything that you wouldn't have done in class. Let's start with a single text. And while I'm going to focus on Macbeth, it matches all the other single texts. A lovely question on the character of Macbeth, but there was 4 elements to his character. A beautiful question on Lady Macbeth and their witches as their function as opposed to their character, but again, asking you how you use them to enjoy the play. Very, very doable, matched in all the single texts. The comparative, of course, all 3 came up. General vision and viewpoint was lovely. It posed all about kindness. The literary genre was a little bit more specific about going to the climax, but using literary techniques. And the themes and issue question might have thrown a few of you about, oh, what's an ethical question? What's a moral question? But it is about religion. It is about education. It is about everything that you would have done in the as a theme and issue. So again, calm head, on calm shoulders, you would have been able to do this. It didn't have anything too different. And then the poetry. I suppose the only surprise, the non-appearance of Bishop, everyone had kind of gauged on her. John Donne, Derek Mann, Patrick Kavanagh, Paula Meehan, Adrian Rich, probably a surprise because she was on the paper last year. But ultimately, every single one of the poetry questions asked the same thing: theme and language style. So if you knew the biography of the poets and knew their thematic approaches and you knew their literary preferences, I don't think the prescribed poetry would have presented a problem. And I thought the on-scene poem was beautiful. And why I thought it was beautiful, I thought it was complex enough to realize that there was a role reversal going on here between the mother and daughter. But I also thought that it was full of poetic techniques for the student who finds an unseen poem more challenging. There was enough there to have something to write about. So in general, paper 2 was accessible. There is no doubt about it. It demanded knowledge, but then it's the language literature paper. You needed to have it. So I do feel that the wording of some of the questions might have thrown you, but a cool head on calm shoulders, and this paper was for you.